Welcome. This is an astrology update for December 18 to 26th. We have gone under a collective purge since the new moon in Sagittarius. And this purge roughly lasts for a week, and for some it may last until the full moon in Cancer. I am saying this because I've seen many people have problems with their throat, problems with colds, sickness, some kind of purge, some kind of tiredness, some kind of issue. Now, everybody is going through a little dark night of the soul now. Well, obviously not everybody, but the collective at large. A lot of people are going through some kind of reset. Some kind of, okay, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but, well, there's lots of times where I don't know what I'm doing, so I guess I just have to go through it again. So this is something many of you understand is a cycle. And the cycle has to finish. So it doesn't last. What we're going through collectively right now is highlighted by this Mars-Ceres conjunction we've had for a whole month. And Ceres is the goddess of loss and renewal. Loss of what? Mars, of course, in Sagittarius. Loss of direction. Loss of vision. Loss of optimism. And of course, once that is lost, you have to understand why. You need clarity to get it back. To get it back, because you're not going to stay in confusion forever. Neptune went direct recently as well. We have Neptune and Saturn and Pisces now, and confusion is normal. Confusion is good news. Because if you weren't confused, it's not going to be much of a change. You're not going to find something if you don't lose something first. And what do you lose? Illusions and Pisces. Illusions. Things that we thought would work, but they're not supposed to work. We thought they were for you, they're not for you. They were never for you. They were something to distract you, to remind you what's really important. To combine the energies of Pisces and Sagittarius, to look at the Sun square Neptune transit, we've been going through a period of, I don't know where I am, I don't know where I'm going. But what happens outside of me can't help me. My mind isn't going to help me. Because neither Sagittarius, nor Pisces, nor Neptune are rational players. These players are about your intuition, about prophecy, about seeing the future. The future of what? The future of where your soul wants to go. It's not about the material, because Jupiter is in retrograde, even though it's in Taurus as the depositor of Sagittarius. In retrograde, we have to go inwards. We can't look for expansion in the external. For as long as Jupiter is in retrograde, we can only look for expansion inwards. Pisces draws us inwards. The Sun square Neptune draws us inwards. Everything is working to highlight where we've gone wrong, where we've lost our way, so to speak. And of course, when you realize that indeed you are lost, confusion is good news. It is so good for you that it releases mucus from your body. Not only that, but now Mercury is in retrograde too, So it releases mucus from your throat. It releases mucus from your brain, from your lungs, from your nervous system. It releases that which causes anxiety, tension, worry. Because if you want to heal, if you want to go forward, if you want to look towards the full moon in Cancer, which is supposed to be about regenerating your emotions, coming out of a shell, getting into a new shell, leaving your old self behind, you first need to be frustrated. You need to be lost with what you already have. What you have isn't supposed to stay, because it's not based on a solid foundation. An old foundation is dying right now. And it's being replaced with a new shell, a new foundation. When we approach this full moon in Cancer, you're coming out of a period of reflection, regenerated, rejuvenated, ready to go out, to go all out, because we've had it with our restrictions. What have we been doing? A whole month is coming to an end of Sagittarius, and not a single moment of expansion in sight. This is some kind of a joke. Sagittarius is the sign of celebration. What do we have to celebrate? How things have been falling apart, and now the vision is becoming more and more blurry before we come to the realization that vision is outdated. That vision has to die. We need to let go of that idea that we thought we needed to achieve. The belief that we had, we believed that was the way to go. It was not about the results. It was not about does it actually work. It was about the fact that we've been brainwashed. We've been had. And this is what's being revealed really. A collective brainwashing is being purged. The brainwashing is revealing the illusion that you've been breadcrumbed. You've been promised that things would get better, but they have not. You've been promised that if you just play by the rules, everything would be fine. And for how long have you been playing by the rules? And for how long have you felt this Sagittarius energy of, what rules? Why would I follow any of these rules? Because these boxes are too small for my soul. I do not fit in. So I need to go on a little journey. This is a hermit energy. Hermit in Tarot. This is the Hanged Man, Neptune, Pisces. This is leading us to the star and to the tower and to death in Tarot. Because we are looking also at the Sun conjunction Pholus on the full moon that is coming for us on the 27th. And in Capricorn, it's structure that's breaking down. It's tradition, old rules, old ways of being. And it feels almost like we're being pulled, we're being pushed. Like it's almost going a little bit too fast. Like we're going into uncharted territory. We don't know what we're doing, where we're going, but we know this is where we have to be. We know we can't stay with the old system. The old system is breaking down. I know on the outside, not much seems to be changing for anybody. Externally, the world around you seems unchanged. But you are changing. Change is happening in the background. And that's really what the Mercury in retrograde is revealing, that we're looking at things that we've been missing, details we didn't know we needed to reevaluate. The knowledge and information that we have. We've looked at our knowledge since the Gemini full moon, the last full moon, on the 27th of November. That was the last full moon previously before the Cancer full moon. Remember what it was about. Because that was your gateway. That was your portal when all of this started. when you finally realized whatever was working before is no longer supposed to work. Maybe some of you are burnt out, tired. That's also when the Sun square Saturn transit started in Sagittarius. That's when things felt a little bit restrictive and we just wanted to stop. We just wanted to leave that restriction. We were ready. We were not ready for the leap of faith that we're undergoing right now, because we've had it coming. We knew this was going to happen eventually. All of 2023 is revealing that it was clear that we needed to go somewhere else, do something else. That old way was breaking down. And of course, as the North Node has entered Aries in August, or July, actually August, and how Mars has had this Kazimi in Scorpio recently, and how Venus ruled for the year of 2023, because 2 + 2 + 3 is 7, and 7 is Libra. So Libra year, it's a year of a rabbit, and that is about everything that Aries North Node is not. Everything that Mars in Scorpio is not. Everything that we are trying to leave behind is 2023. And how many of us are finally starting to understand this? To finally understand we're no longer playing that game. We're no longer interested in relationships that are superficial, career that isn't what we want, what Scorpio Mars Kazimi wants, what Aries North Node wants, what Aries is about. It's about the inner spark. It's about desire. It's about passion. It's about drive. So what drives you has to take over. Doesn't matter how long you're going to fight it. The system is not able to support these energies. The world, the matrix, the 9-to-5 job, the regular, the system, the brainwashing, the control is not supporting any of the energies we have going right now. So of course, shit is breaking down to give us a new support structure. What's going to be the new structure is going to be revealed right now. If you haven't realized it already, it's going to be absolutely clear around the full moon in Cancer. And for those of us who don't have it clear, who don't know what we're supposed to do moving forward, well, eventually you're going to find out. When that job is no longer working and that relationship has finally reached the end of the cycle. When you do some tarot cards on yourself and you see the Wheel of Fortune come out 30 times in 20 readings, then you know, my goodness, it's time to leave. How many more signs do you need? How many more signals? How many more messages do you require to take a leap of faith? Jupiter, Sagittarius, is waiting for you. Is waiting for faith to take over. And we are coming towards that faith. Because Jupiter is going to go direct very, very soon. In January. It's going to go direct. And you know Jupiter likes to put on a big show. I mean, it's the largest of the planets. It's the king of the gods, king of Olympus, Zeus, the one who killed his father, Kronos, destroyed his stomach, broke free all the other gods, took control of the control system. So Jupiter is about to have a little comeback. But first you need to purge. First you need to clean up the old. The house has to break down for a new house. And that's what we're ending this year on with Cancer full moon. Of course, it rules housing. It rules the shell. It's like there's an image of an egg. Okay, I recently saw on my way home a broken egg in front of my doorstep. I was like, why do I see a broken egg? Of course, the Cancer full moon. That's where I'm going. I'm breaking out of the shell. Of course, you need to look at the house that Cancer occupies in the natal chart to understand where you need to break away from the old system that is trying to control you in Capricorn. When the night is at its darkest on the 22nd, when the winter solstice dawns on you, then it's your time to leave the old system behind, to step into the new shell. But when the crab enters a new shell, it's a very painful process, very vulnerable, because the shell is very weak. The new shell at first is very vulnerable, it's very soft. It takes time to harden, to protect the soft flesh within. So it's gonna take some time until you're feeling comfortable and safe in your new little shell. It's gonna take time. So be patient. Temperance in tarot. While you're in this hermit mode, don't worry. You're just getting used to your new shell. And that new shell is gonna, for some people, it's gonna feel very comfortable around this full moon. But for others, they're gonna have to go through some growing pains. When you're giving birth, like Cancer gives birth to a new self, it feels nervous. It's like anxiety, like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know. What do I need to do? What am I missing? It can create swords energy. It can create tension. It can create stress. It can create worry. And that's normal. But before you know it, that worry is going to end. If you have faith that this is exactly where you need to go, that the worry is an indicator that change is coming, and that change requires balance, requires patience, requires slow, methodical building. You see, it can't be rushed, a new foundation. It's going to take time. It's going to take planning. That's why we're moving into Capricorn. You're already starting to feel the Saturnian energies a little bit as we're approaching this full moon. But this is not a usual full moon. It's very unusual because it's at the beginning, at the first degrees of Capricorn. So the emotions are strongest at a moment where we at the beginning, we've just entered. Like, I don't have any experience. I don't know what I'm doing. Getting into this new shell, giving birth to a child. I've only just learned how to do it. So give yourself a break. Compassion. Queen of Cups. Therapeutic holding. Taking time, going slow, looking, observing, waiting. That's going to be your path to healing. Because that's what the Queen of Cups is so good at. That's what Cancer is so good at wisdom. In maintaining emotional equilibrium. Because that equilibrium is disturbed right now for people. So that's why we're releasing mucus, we're releasing some kind of stress. And the stress, of course, before it gets better, it gets worse. It's a detoxing. It's a Hexheimer reaction. Remember how that's a reaction when you start the cleansing process and you've been already cleansing for a while. Eventually, if you've been doing good work, if you've continuously been purging, if you continuously put your body under a certain amount of stress, it's going to cause a chain reaction. It's going to blow up. And then we feel a little bit insecure, we feel a little bit unstable, we feel a little bit like shit's about to break down. For the breakthrough. And that's Pholus, the butterfly effect, the fallen angel on the sun in exact opposition with a full moon in Cancer on the 27th. And I need to emphasize this because people are sleeping on this, so people are like looking at me like I'm crazy for talking about asteroids because, oh my god, what does it mean? What does it all mean? Well, what Pholus means, Pholus is about Lucifer. It's when we fall from grace. We leave Saturn behind. Wait a moment, we just entered Saturn. We just entered Capricorn on the 22nd. But before we enter Capricorn on the 22nd, we're not sure. Are we really supposed to leave the control system behind? Are we really supposed to be the exile, leave heaven, go down to earth, descend into reality? Are we really supposed to do that? Are we really supposed to leave the deception, the lies, the denial, the control system behind? I'm not sure if I want to leave it behind, right? But you're going to have to be sure. When the sun hits Pholus on the exact time of a full moon, in an exact conjunction, you have to be ready. When you are breaking down, when you are falling, you don't want it to be an accident. You don't want there to be chaos, right? You don't want to make a mistake that you're going to regret. You need controlled demolition. You know you need to break the house. It's old. It's a smoldering ruin, for Christ's sake. It's not a house anymore. Everything is rotting. There's mold everywhere, you see. The house needs to break down. You can't build anything with that house. You can't be comfortable in that house. Break it. But be careful. Because if you don't break it right, you may make a mess of things. And you may hurt yourself. We don't want that to happen. So get ready to consciously destroy the house that you are in now. Of course, not the physical house. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the house Cancer occupies in your chart, literally. The area of your life which is supposed to grow up, supposed to become an adult. Cancer is a childlike energy. Like, I know it's not about growing up, but it's about giving birth, and in a way that is going to require a painful process. You're going to have to penetrate. You have to go through all that trouble to give birth. It's not going to be easy when you're pregnant and when you're large, and you are pregnant now. You know you're going to give birth to that baby, but you don't want it to be a miscarriage, right? You don't want that. You want it to be birthed properly in the proper setting, the proper conditions. So you need to set it up. You need to be ready. How are you going to be ready? You just do it consciously. You're just aware. Okay, we've been doing the same shit show for so long. Of course we have to leave it behind. We're not going to be in resistance, right? moving forward. We're not going to be in resistance for the new house. It's just moldy ruins. I mean, what are you leaving behind, really? Are you going to complain about the past when you've already outgrown it? You're already too big for the old house, for the old shell. You're too large. You've grown too much. Right? Jupiter is all about growth, Sagittarius season. So you've grown too much. It's too small for you. Time to move on. Thank you. Was it really so hard? No, it was not. Not really. It's just a cycle. Eventually it's going to be over. But you don't want to just sit on your ass and do nothing and just be like, I hope it's in soon. You want to use that growing pain. Right? You want to use it. So how do you use it? Make new plans. I mean, if you don't like the table, flip the table. Be like Jesus at the marketplace. Like, flip it all. Flip it. Don't cry about spilled milk. When the milk is rotten, when the milk is so full of mold, you're gonna get sick if you drink it anyway. So do you want to be sick? I think you're sick of being sick. That's why you're sick. That's why you're purging. Sick of being sick. Maybe that's what I should have called this video. We are sick of being sick, so it's time to move on. Time for your medicine. Medicine. What is that? What is your medicine? Again, you have to look inwards. You have to see what is it that you want. This Northern in Aries is. That's the answer you've been looking for. You are looking to make your own decisions. You're not comfortable to make those decisions yet. If you were so comfortable to make that decision, if you were so comfortable to just do your thing and forget everything else, you wouldn't be here. Now you may say, oh, no, I know what I need to do. I'm just doing it. I'm fine. That's not what the Northern Aries is telling me. You're not fine. If you were fine, I wouldn't see what I'm seeing. I wouldn't see the tension, the stress, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the questioning, the doubt in your mind. And doubt can cripple even the greatest warrior. You know, you've been doubting yourself all year. You've been in this, going back and forth, doing the same things. But you knew from the beginning that this was never going to last. This was a rotten foundation. So what a wonderful opportunity to finally be sick of it. Because that's the only way you're going to put an end to it. If you're not tired of it, it's not going to end. If you're even in the least bit accepting of these current energies, if you like these current energies, if you're a fan of the trauma and the worry and the anxiety and the stress, if you are tolerating it, if you have gotten used to it, because humans can get used to anything, we are adapting machines. We are creatures of habit. You can get used to the misery. The moment you get used to the misery, you lost. It's over. That's the devil in tarot. Oh, the devil is enslaving you, but it's fine. We've been enslaved all our lives. It's okay. We've been trained to do this. I mean, that's what they tell you, right? Don't start your business. Don't be independent. Don't make your own decisions. Always live for others. Sacrifice yourself. Go through the school. Play by the rules. Work hard. Not smart. And you're going to be rewarded. That's the lies I've been telling you. But there's no reward. We've been waiting for a reward. There's no reward here. There's no celebration in the month of Sagittarius. The celebration, somewhere in the future, is not in this cycle. This cycle is not about outside celebration. But if you can see it, if you're really looking for it, you will find the celebration within. During these retrograde energies, the Pisces, Saturn, Neptune transits, for as long as this is going on, you can find the solution inside. When you know, damn, I guess I've been feeling sick about this for a reason. I guess I should have just listened to it and put an end to it. I should have listened to the call of judgment. It's like the tarot card judgment. It's when you come out of your coffin, the trumpet, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and it's time for you to get up. It's like David Icke, humanity, get up from your knees or something. That's where we want you to be, on your knees, begging, oh, please give me a job, I will do whatever you want. Oh, please, give me stability, security, give me money. I will do whatever you tell me to do, right? Really? Really? We've been doing this? Oh my God. So, we've gotten used to it. Big deal, the system is rigged. But it is a big deal if you don't do anything about it. If you feel like, okay, that's fine, I'm just waiting things out, I'm just waiting for things to get better. Things will not get better. Things will get better when you make them better. But to do that, you must make a different choice. We're at the crossroads. The crossroads began on November 27, on the full moon in Gemini, that represents the tarot card, the Lovers. And the Lovers and Tower is all about making decisions. Do I go this way or that way? Do I commit to this or this? I need more information. I need to learn. Need to educate myself, right? How do I make a commitment? If I don't know the facts, if I don't know what I'm doing, you make the commitment based on what? Follow your mind, then learn. The astrology is telling you. The energies are working to get you to learn, to get you educated. But now that education is coming to an end, you've gotten the information, you've gotten the signs, the symbols. Again, how much signier does it need to be? I posted this meme today. After literally going through 2 weeks of seeing signs everywhere of what I need to do, but I need a signier sign. I need something more clear, please. Facts. I need the facts. In a system that is rigged by default, that is built on illusions, you're gonna have to do a lot of digging if you want to get the facts. So that's what you've been doing, right? That's why you're sick. Oh, you've digged a little bit too deep and now you found the Balrog in the mines, like in Lord of the Rings. You know, when the dwarves digged too deep, too greedily, so to speak, not greedily really, they're just digging for expansion. They're just digging to get the gold, right? The alchemist gold, they want it. So they go through the underworld, they dig through the tunnels, and suddenly there's a dark entity. There's a demon. There's a devil there. A devil they had no idea it was there. But it was right below them, living there. And the moment they cracked that open, they opened that door, all hell broke loose. So that's your hell. That's your Balrog moment. Your tower moment. Like finally, we found the truth. So So the truth is very important for Gemini. The truth is very important for Sagittarius. This axis, Gemini Sagittarius, is the axis of the truth. The truth. Why do we need the truth? Why are we in this month? Why are we with the cycle? Why was the last full moon in Gemini? Because we are living in illusion. Of course. So the illusion is being revealed. That is the truth. Simple, isn't it? So can you accept it? Can you act on it? So that's why we're moving into the cardinal sign of Cancer. The one who says, enough of all this information madness. I got my intuition. I'm the Queen of Cups. I don't need to know the facts. I'm going to take action. I'm going to do what Mother Nature told me to do. The soil, the moon, the mother, the home, my origin, my foundation, my salvation. That's your healing. So you're healing. And you know, you can't go back. When you go into the new shell, there's no going back. You have to see it through. And Gemini, they're not seeing things through. Gemini is not about seeing things through. Gemini is about going around. You know, the last full moon, I'm like, I need a little bit of this, I need a little bit of that. Let me just do multiple things at the same time. It's not going to work anymore. Not since the new moon in Sagittarius. Not since we're getting into the full moon in Cancer. You can't spread your energy. You can't be scattered. You know, there's a book called Scattered Minds by Gabo Mate. It speaks about ADHD. And having too much Sagittarius, too much Gemini in the chart, it's an ADHD indicator. Especially if it's the moon. Because the moon is the mind. Has a certain ADHD quality. Because it's like, let me go here, let me go there. Don't be like that. Don't fall into the shadow of that uncertainty. Why is there a lack of clarity? Because it's all up in the air. It's Gemini, right? Nothing matters. We're just neutral. We're just Hermes. We can go to this god, we can go to that god, we can go to the underworld, we can go to heaven. We can go everywhere we want. We're not attached anywhere. We have all the keys. We can open all the doors. We are the trickster. Right? We are the trickster. We can go everywhere. But now we need to make a home. We need to stay somewhere. We need to take care of it. We need to nurture it. We need to protect it. Commit to it. Build. Like a village. Like a city. It's where we live. It's where we dwell. It's our home. So, your home, that's you're taking action. That's your clue. Your actions are about your home foundation. Your actions reveal the truth behind what your foundation is. And that foundation reveals what your goal is. Right? That's why it's the goal axis, the axis of achievement. Capricorn versus Cancer. Two opposites coming together on the full moon in a direct opposition. That's what a full moon is. It's sun opposition moon aspect. When they come together with energies, can our foundation support the goal that we have? The goal is long term. The goal is going to take time. Saturn, it's going to take work. It's going to take discipline. But we're never going to get there without a solid base, a safe base. They say in psychology, the child, in order to become an adult, so they don't become a narcissist, basically, needs a safe base. They need a mother, a safe mother, a good enough mother. A mother that makes them feel like, I got everything working for me. I know what I need to do. My feelings are valid. What I feel matters. So it is safe to act on my feelings. When it's safe to act on my feelings, then my long-term goals can support my vision. If it's not safe to act on my feelings, if my mother is not a good mother, if my mother is invalidating me, criticizing me, judging me like Saturn, then I cannot act on my feelings. And if I cannot act on my feelings, then it doesn't matter what goals I make. They're all gonna come crashing down. Because my feelings are my foundation. That is the tower in tarot. You see? So if your feelings weren't clear by now about what it is you want to do, cardinal. I take charge because it's what I feel like doing. Because I know I need to do. If you don't know, then there is no future. There is no Saturn. There is no Capricorn. There is no goal. So we're here at the beginning. In 4 degrees, the full moon will be 4 degrees of Cancer Capricorn. We don't know much, but we do know this. If we're not acting in alignment with our feelings, which are the foundation, then nothing is going to last. So, does it fill you up? You need cups. You need cups to get to pentacles. Did you know? It's an alchemical principle. Before a pentacle comes a cup. This system has brainwashed us to believe that we don't need cups. Just forget the cups. Just focus on the pentacles. Right? Forget your feelings. Just become a robot. It's gonna work. You're gonna achieve everything you want as long as you work hard and ignore your feelings. Right? Let's just ignore alchemy. Let's ignore how biology works. Let's ignore the human body. Let's ignore nature. Forget how humans work, how they function, so we can achieve our goals, right? Makes perfect sense. Not. My goodness. My goodness, we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed so hard. And that's why the truth is being revealed. An illusion is being revealed. An illusion is coming to an end. Cycle ends. Finished. We've been the robots. It's time to take action. Do you feel what you're doing? Does it have a romantic quality? The lower arcana of Cancer is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a romantic figure. It's like, I believe in fulfilling my dreams. I want this, so I will work towards it because I like it. That's Cancer in its most natural energy. So that should tell you something. And the major arcana of Cancer is the Chariot in Tarot. And the Chariot, it's about sense of direction. Where do I go? Go this or there. But because once I go, there's no stopping. No distractions. The Chariot, doof, 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 is a pharaoh on the Chariot. Because it's a representative of Isis, you see. Isis chooses a pharaoh. The Lord of Egypt. The king and the ruler. Is chosen by Isis, the high priestess. The Queen of Cups. And that pharaoh, he's committed. He's going to take his people towards somewhere. He needs to see that vision through. That's why he's on the Chariot, because the Chariot is an unstoppable force. Because Cancer is attached, right? It's got the claws. Like, I need to stay here. I need to stay on this path. I've invested all my emotions, all my cups into this. I need to see the pentacles. That's why also Cancer, is the sign of money. Because I put all these cups in, all my eggs, right, egg again, into one basket, like the moon is an egg. So I put all my eggs there to give birth to this pentacle. But if there's no emotions in my egg, if there's no feelings in my cups, there can be no pentacles. Oh, you thought you had pentacles going? Suppressing your cups? You have an infertile egg. Yes, you can eat the egg. Yes, it does still provide some form of nourishment, some form of pentacles. But it's not going to be very tasty. It's not going to be fertile. I mean, what good is an egg if it's not fertile? There's never going to be any chicken coming out of that. So what do you think you're going to achieve without your emotions, without your heart? Knight of Cups is heart. Without the Knight of Cups, without the Chariot, I'm sorry, Capricorn, but you need us. Capricorn, you need us, Cancers. And we need you because we need the patience. We need to wait. We need to keep working diligently. We need to keep pouring our cups to receive the pentacles. Yeah, we need to keep doing it for a long time. So we need to be emotional for a long time. But the problem with Cancer is we are ruled by the moon. We're changing all the time. It's not a fixed energy. Capricorn is very fixed, like I will do this. Cancer isn't really fixed. Literally, the moon changes signs every 36 hours. But if you can use these changing tides, if you can use them as fuel, then you're going to be fine. But if you don't use them, if you're just rigid, if you're inflexible, if you're refusing to change, if you're refusing to go with the ebb and flow, so to speak, if you're refusing to listen to those cups, the Queen of Cups listens closely. Oh, what is my feeling saying? Oh, you want to quit your job? You want to quit the career? Okay, let's do it. If you're not listening to that, you're gonna end up like Captain Picard in that episode I mentioned before in another video, where he went back in time to avoid a fight so he wouldn't get his heart replaced by a robot heart, so he wouldn't have the courage to fight, and then he became a coward. And because he was a coward and he never took any risks, he never allowed himself to die, allowed his career to break down, he would not become Captain Picard in that alternate timeline. He would just be a lowly science officer. Do you want to be a lowly science officer, or do you want to be Captain Picard? Because if you want to be Captain Picard, you need to act on those cups. Captain Picard doesn't show his cups on the outside. On the outside, everything seems to be like, everything seems cool. So that's your Capricorn, right? Everything seems stable. He never loses his temper unless he wants to. Unless the situation requires it. Strategically. But on the inside, the water has become acid. That acid is like in the battery. When you mix alkaline and acid together, when you mix earth and water, Capricorn and Cancer, you get energy. You get power. You get Scorpio. You get Pluto. You get everything you need for alchemy to work in your favor. So this is the balance we're looking for. Long-term commitment, number 1. Long-term emotional involvement, number 2. Now, if you're not emotionally fulfilled, if you're not romantic about what you're doing, then quit it now. Put an end to it before it takes away your soul, as it's been already. Because that's when you sell your soul to the devil. You shouldn't be surprised if your dream remains just that, a dream, the illusion, where the devil wants you to be, right? The American dream should remain a dream, never become a reality. Capricorn makes a reality, yes, but you need us. You need our cups. So, who do we prioritize? Roboticism? Do we prioritize rules, structure? Or do we prioritize cups? What comes first? What do you think? Chemically, the cups come before the pentacles. Water, Cancer, comes before Capricorn. So, you know what to do. You know who's more important, right? Capricorn thought they were so important. They thought they were at the top, right? At the cutting edge of a ladder. They thought they were at the top of the mountain goat. You wouldn't even get there without your mother. If your mother gave you trauma, if your mother invalidated you, if your mother weren't there for you, whatever career you're gonna get is gonna break down. Because the foundation is your inner child. That's your support. And when that inner child is repressed, whipped into submission, it's a precarious house of cards. It's a tower in tower. The tower is built on ice. Eventually the ice is going to melt. Under all that frustration, all those repressed emotions are going to melt the ice. The tower is going to fall apart. So you don't want that. So then, don't repress. Don't repress. Depress. Carl Jung says if you want depression to go away, you need to invite depression like a lady in black. You need to invite her into your home, give her some tea, a nice seat, and listen to what she has to say. Like the Queen of Cups listens to her heart. Because that depression is trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you, if you don't like the table, flip the table. If you don't like the rules, don't follow them. Nobody forces you to. Oh no, I'm going to die. Yes, you are going to die. So you can come into your new shell. The old shell, you're leaving it behind. So that's my update. If you found this useful, leave me a like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but means a lot to me. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can message me on Facebook. I do one-on-one readings. I have a whole section of services in my photo albums where you can check the services out, and you can message me so we can look at your chart, your transits, your birth chart, and what is life's blueprint for you. What are you doing here? Where is your home, your place of dwelling, your place of belonging? Why are you here? Astrology gives the science. Astrology tells you exactly what's happening, as we can see what's happening now. So if you're interested in that, to learn more, you are free to reach out. And if you like this video, well, leave a like and subscribe, like I said. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.